Good morning, everyone. Today we are heading to Universal Studio, Los Angeles, California. आज म तपाईँहरूलाई युनिभर्सल स्टुडियो देखाउन गइरहेको छु। आज चाहिँ हाम्रो पुरै दिन चर्चा गरिरहेछौँ र त्यसपछि हामीले हलिउड बुलिभर्ड एकदम ब्युटिफुल छ, एकदमै घमाइलो र क्यालिफोर्नियाको वेदर सधैँ घमाइलो, एकदमै राम्रो विन्टर होस्, गर्मी होस्, सधैँ यस्तो राम्रो वेदर भएको हुनाले क्यालिफोर्निया मान्छेहरू धेरै बस्छन्। युनिभर्सल स्टुडियोमा चाहिँ रेड कार्पेटको छाएको रहेछ। यो चाहिँ हामीहरूलाई चाहिँ यो गेस्टहरूलाई चाहिँ एउटा चाहिँ सेलिब्रिटी जस्तो अनुभव होस् भनेर चाहिँ रेड कार्पेट पनि बिछाएको देख्यो। मेरो वाइफ र म रेड कार्पेटबाट हिँड्दैछ। युनिभर्सल स्टुडियोको मेन एट्र्याक्सन मेरो ह्यारी पोटरमा एकदमै पपुलर भयो र मेरो साथीले पनि रेकमेन्डेसन गरेको हुनाले सबैभन्दा पहिला यही जन गरिरहेको छु।
कुन राइड हो यो? Oh my god, are you guys excited? Oh, nice.
एकदमै रमाइलो एक्साइटिङ एकदम मजा आयो। अब हामी सिम्सन राइड गर्न गइरहेका छौँ। यो पनि एकदमै राम्रो राइड हो। सिम्सन राइडपछि हामीले ट्रान्सफर्मर राइड पनि गऱ्यौँ। एकदम रमाइलो दामी राइड। त्यसपछि अर्को राइड हाम्रो मारियो राइड, 19 वर्ल्ड मारियो राइड हामी गर्छौँ। तर त्यति मजा आएन जति 2 घन्टा वेट गरेर चाहिँ हामीले यो मारियो राइड गऱ्यौँ। तर त्यति वर्थ चाहिँ लागेन। इट्स ओके। तर मारियोको यो डेकोरेसन अमेजिङ, एकदम राम्रोसँग डेकोरेसन गरेको रहेछ। दामी, एकदम खतरनाक राइड भइरहेको छ। मारियो बाहिर आइरहेको छ र म र मेरो सानो नानीले दिदी र मारियोसँग फोटो पनि खिच्यौँ। र मेरो सानो बेबीले चाहिँ दिदी र मारियोभन्दा पनि प्रिन्सेस पिसलाई खोजिरहेको थियो। प्रिन्सेस पिस चाहिँ देख्न पाएन र पनि यहाँ फेरि आएको। ट्रान्सफर्मरको 1 hour 45 minutes को वेटिङपछि राइड चलेको चाहिँ हामी जब बाहिर आयौँ। त्यहाँ म्याक्सिमस मजाले चाहिँ बोल्दै कुरा गर्दै एकदम
Don't worry, Commander, and we'll always trust in each other and watch out for each other as well. How are you doing? Farewell, little one. Bye. Well done.
The moment ride अर्को चाहिँ एउटा रोलर कोस्टर राइड राम्रो त्यो हामीले खेलेनौँ किनभने बच्चाहरूको हाइट हुँदैन। र अर्को जुरासिक वर्ल्ड पनि खेल्नुपर्छ भनेर चाहिँ हामी बच्चाको लागि बच्चालाई पनि फोकस गरेर बच्चाको लागि गऱ्यौँ र यसमा पनि बच्चाको हाइट लुक्स वेट। सब परिवार युनिभर्सल स्टुडियो टुरतिर यो चाहिँ बच्चासँग हामी सबैजना गर्न सक्छौँ। यो राइड भनेर हामी युनिभर्सल स्टुडियोको राइड गर्न गयौँ र त्यहाँ बस चल्नुपर्छ र 3D क्लास पनि गर्नुपर्छ। सो अब बाँकी तपाईँहरू लिएर जाँदैछु युनिभर्सल स्टुडियोतिर। बाँकी अब तपाईँ आफै हेर्नुहोस्।
Welcome to the Universal Studio Tour. I'm Jimmy Fallon. I'll be making sure that you get through this experience in one piece. You've got the very best guide.
Jessica.
And the greatest driver.
Aiden.
They're the best. I love them. Even though
Aiden.
owes me $5.
How naughty.
I know you guys are excited to get on the tour, but first, a few safety rules.
That is correct. We do have a few safety rules on board. You'll see Super Nintendo World over there. Look how small it looks from where we are currently. Now that just lets us know that we are heading out of the theme park and into the actual working studio. Continue to look to our right hand side, but a little bit closer, we're going to see some 28, and it's about 30,000 square feet, so it is pretty big. It's also where a lot of our original monster movies film some of their scenes, and also more recently, if you're a fan of Taylor Swift, she filmed her Me music video inside a Soundstage 12. From Peter Jackson's movie King Kong.
Minutes of a feature film, that amount of visual information, that number of pixels, and presenting it to the audience, it's a hell of a ride.
Now the area that we're currently driving through is our London Square, and this is just one part of our metropolitan sets. Now our metropolitan sets take up approximately 4 acres of land on our back lawn, and it's where we can film any big exterior scenes that we need inside of any big city. We have our very own town squares, we have alleyways, we have main streets. All of these resources are able to have production companies come in and turn them into whatever city they want. Now although they are set up and they have specific names to them, they're not set to the Gilman, and also my favorite Dracula right here on the end. It was done by Tristan Eaton, and it was done completely by hand with spray paint. He's a very skilled spray paint artist, and he did that all for us right there, so it's very nice. Now if you can look to your left hand side, we're going to see some more sound stages, including Soundstage 30 story soundstage, and I'm pretty sure they're housing some of their picture cars upstairs, but it looks like it's set up to be San Francisco subway station. But if they did want to change it to any old subway station, they could just oh my goodness, everybody hold on.
Oh my god.
And that was our earthquake, everybody! Oh my gosh, there is a shark here. It's okay, everyone. George is going to catch it. He's the best. I love him. I'm obsessed with him. Oh, look. See? There he is. Look at him, he's about to catch the shark. George? You know, everyone, it's okay. George wasn't even that great of a friend anyway, so it's honestly fine. But we are going to hide behind sticks. I don't know about you, but I do not want to end up like him. It's okay, nothing can hurt us. Nothing can hurt us behind these red barrels. Water, it ended up sinking to the very bottom, causing those production delays. It all worked out well because it was very sunny. But what happens if we need a little bit of rain? What happens if we want to create a funeral scene where it's pouring down with rain and there's somebody in the background moving? How do we do that inside of sunny weather? Well, let me show you. So if you take a little look behind you, that thunder that we hear coming through, that's basically just thunder coming through some speakers. And if you take a look at the buildings to your left-hand side, we'll notice some of the flashing of our lightning. Now that is basically just strobe lighting flashing on and off. Now this rain that we see is basically just sprinklers shooting water into the air, and then with the help of gravity it brings it back down. Now if we were to actually film here, we would need to backlight the water so that way it can be seen on camera. I don't know if you've ever watched any football games or anything, but you'll notice that there's actually, you can't see the rain, but you can see how wet the people are. That's because the rain is not backlit. How peaceful is this water? Honestly, I could stay here forever in silence. What is that noise right here? Oh my goodness, somebody run for your lives! But remain seated. And that was flash flood, everybody! That was thousands of gallons of recycled water trapped in tanks on the top of the hill. So don't worry, we got a little bit wet. That's how he created the Jaws attraction.
It was almost the
gyrosphere from Jurassic World. You may notice it doesn't actually have any glass in it, and that's because some of them did have glass, however the ones that we filmed with didn't, because we didn't want to see any reflections from any lighting, any camera, or any people reflections. So what we did was we filmed without glass and then we CGI'd in glass afterwards. We can also see some of the cars from Fast and Furious, which is one of the biggest franchises that uses a bunch of different picture cars. Now, I don't know about you, I'm absolutely exhausted. What a day, what an absolute day. Oh, would you look at where we were at? The part of facade. But then when they filmed the sequels to Psycho, they ended up turning it into a shell. Now a shell is kind of halfway between a practical and a facade because it has all four walls like a practical. However, we just can't do any filming inside because there's nothing inside. Oldest sets that we have on our lot, but definitely not our largest. We're actually going to be heading into one of our largest sets, which is the plane crash site from Steven Spielberg's movie War of the Worlds. Now, I'm going to pass over to Steven Spielberg and production designer Michael Carter.
Plane crash.
The airplane crash site is a perfect example of a set that is all designed around the vision of Spielberg. You forget and sit down and talk about War of the Worlds. I thought, what if the 747 goes on the right in a big neighborhood? Because it's just something you don't see.
You're doing good. Listen to me. Listen, I want you to close your eyes, okay? Okay, I'm closed.
Assistants but remain seated at all times. Now we're going to be heading from one alien movie into the next.
Over there, look into the winking well and have your picture taken just like the kids in that old 90s movie Kid Show. That's what this whole place is loosely based on. Remember that one? No? Why?
A little further down, you can see the brand new Star Lasso experience. Built to showcase an unbelievable new live show. It's not looking so live anymore. Anyway, behind this Hollywood fantasy, gold-rush frontier town lies a sinister secret. It is smack dab in the center of the UFO hotspot. What's a bad miracle? Welcome to the world
Of no.
Yeesh, I think I'm gonna peel a page out of Jordan Peele's book and get out. Now, Jordan Peele is just one of the amazing directors who have worked with
If you got away with animals, are you going to study to be a magic zoologist? Oh, I'm sorry, she's a little bit touchy. I wouldn't worry about it though. Most likely she won't eat you. I think she thought you were trying to sneak up on her. She might be a little bit hungry. Does anybody have a mouse on them perhaps? A rat? If anybody has a cockroach in your pocket, I will not judge you. It's fine, you can tell me. Sorry, I don't know Hero comes in! Well. You just crashed my seaplane. Nevertheless, I've got your woman. I've killed all your friends. So who's gonna stop me now, hero? You? I don't think so. You don't even have a leg to stand on. No! Yes! I, Deacon of Waterworld, celebrate the birth of a new nation. Dry land is my destiny.
Hey, Deacon!
Hey, what? You, I'm taking you with me!
Well, if the Emperor needs that delivery, then we'll make sure he gets it. Right, guys?
Absolutely. But we may not all survive.
Okay, good luck with that.
Copy reporting for duty.
Imperial Palace, here we come! This is so exciting!
अहिले म हलिउड बुलेवार्डमा रहेको हलिउड वक अफ फेममा छु र यहाँ चाहिँ नि सबै चाहिँ नि सेलिब्रिटीहरूको नाम छ। यहाँ चाहिँ नि टिभी स्टार, मुभी स्टार म्युजिकका सुपरस्टारहरूको चाहिँ नि यहाँ नाम राखिएको छ। यो चाहिँ नि वाकिङ साइड वकमा चाहिँ नि हलिउडको सेलिब्रिटीहरूको चाहिँ नि यहाँ नाम लेखिएको छ र यो नाम लेख्नलाई चाहिँ नि यहाँ पैसा तिर्नुपर्छ भनेर मैले सुनेको छु। र यहाँ चाहिँ नि टोटल चाहिँ नि 2700 सेलिब्रिटीको नाम चाहिँ नि यो वाकिङ अफ फेममा चाहिँ नि राखिएको छ। ल अब हामी हेर्दै जान्छौँ आज कुन कुन स्टार भेट्छौँ हामीहरूले। बाटोमा हिँड्दै गर्दा हामीले यहाँ एउटा सेलिब्रिटी भेटेका छौँ। यो चाहिँ नि हाम्रो LA को सेलिब्रिटी हो। यो चाहिँ नि ड्राइभरलेस क्याब, यो तपाईँले लेख्नुहुन्छ वाइमोको ड्राइभरलेस क्याब हो। यहाँ ड्राइभर छैन र हामीले यो चढ्ने मौका चाहिँ पाएन किनभने हाम्रो आफ्नो गाडी थियो। सो एक दिन हामी यो गाडी पनि चढ्छौँ। ल अब चाहिँ यहाँ मैले स्टारहरू देखाएको छु। भर्खर चिनेको स्टारहरूको नाम आइरहेको छ। यहाँ चाहिँ छ मलाई ख्यारी, त्यस्तै अब चाहिँ यहाँ अब अर्को यहाँ के छ हेरौँ। यहाँ हाम्रो यहाँ छ फारल विलियम्स। फारल विलियम्स रहेछ हाम्रो यहाँ। त्यसपछि अरू के छ हेरौँ त। अगाडि बढ्दैछु छु म यतापट्टि। ओ यो मेरो बाबाको फेभरेट क्या हो यो। यो जेनिफर एनिस्टन रहेछ होला। यो नाइस। हेर्नु त अब मैले बल्ल चिनेको सेलिब्रिटीहरू देखिन थाल्यो। हामी चाहिँ नि अब चाइनिज डल्बी डिजिटल थिएटरमा हामी जाँदैछौँ, जहाँ चाहिँ मुभीको प्रिमियर हुँदाखेरि चाहिँ नि एक्टरहरू आएर हातको पन्जा र फुट स्टेप राखेर चाहिँ आफ्नो सिग्नेचर गर्दो रहेछ। यो चाहिँ नि रियल निकोलस केज हलिउड एक्टरको चाहिँ नि ह्यान्डको प्रिन्ट्स र ऊ अनि साइन गरेर चाहिँ एभेन्जर्स मुभीको चाहिँ प्रिमियर हुँदा आएर चाहिँ एभेन्जर्सको एक्टरहरूले गरेको ह्यान्डको छापहरू। त्यस्तै यो चाहिँ नि आएर चाहिँ नि यो टम ह्याङ्क्स मेरो चाहिँ नि फेभरेट एक्टरको चाहिँ नि फुटको स्टेप र हातको छाप एकदमै सेलिब्रिटीलाई नै भेटेको जस्तो फिलिङ छ यहाँ आउँदाखेरि। उनीहरूको रियल हो यो, त्यस्तो खालको छ। एकदमै दामी ठाउँ छ, एकदमै राम्रो। यो चाहिँ नि हरेक एक्टर एक्ट्रेसहरूको यहाँ चाहिँ यसरी राखिएको छ जो चाहिँ नि प्रिमियरको लागि आउँछ र त्यति बेला चाहिँ आफ्नो छाप गर्छ। यो कोबी ब्रायन्ट, रेस्ट इन पिस ब्रदर। यो कोबी ब्रायन्टको बास्केटबल प्लेयर कोबी ब्रायन्टको यो चाहिँ नि हातको छापहरू। यो चाहिँ नि जोनी डिपको चाहिँ नि यो चाहिँ नि ह्यान्डको ऊ त्यो हो। भेरी इन्ट्रेस्टिङ प्लेस, एकदम मजा आयो। यस्तो लाग्यो कि मैले एक्टरहरूलाई नै भेटेर आएँ। उहाँहरूको हातको छाप खुट्टाको छाप देख्दा एकदम खुसी लाग्यो।